Tell me something good.
Amy, you want to go first?
Sure. I think I've talked about this before with my ex-husband, and it just feels good when it works out because sometimes I get a little nervous asking for things. But it's just in any relationship. Like, just ask and you never know. I needed help with our dog because it was our dog. Like, we had our kids and our dog, but we were splitting the kids 50-50 custody, which we still do, and we were splitting the dog 50-50 custody. But then that turned into 100% me. And with iHeartCountry, I needed some help with the dog. And dog hasn't been going there as much at all because it mostly stays with me. And I've been having trouble finding a dog sitter. Like, I've been trying to find kids in my neighborhood, sent out some texts yesterday, striking out left and right. So finally, I was just like, oh, I guess I'm just going to have to text him. And I sent him a text, and he said, no problem.
Do you like
That's
that?
a huge relief because I can just like leave with ease this weekend. And I don't know why I was nervous to ask him because we were generally open to helping each other, but something about me was nervous about sending the text.
Do you guys communicate a little less now that things are healthier? It's a weird. It's almost the opposite of what you would expect. But because things, you just have an understanding that you're going to take care of stuff.
Like, I saw him last weekend at the track race. We talked the whole time. He was there with his girlfriend. We have no problem like talking, hanging out there, which is great.
Or maybe as the kids are getting older, you don't have to talk as much because their needs.
I don't know. I think we still have kid stuff to where we see each other and stuff like that. And then we text multiple times a week because there's still so much to coordinate, even though the kids are older.
Yeah.
And
it would be counterintuitive to think that you would go less because it's better. But when it was not going good and the kids were younger, maybe there was just more to have to deal with. But I also could be totally wrong.
Yeah. I'll tell you this. We haven't had to say pickle in a while. Like a long time. That's our code word for let's end this conversation and talk later because clearly we're dysregulated.
That's good.
Yeah. So that's our...
Why pickle?
We had to come up with a word one day when we needed to... We were like, we need to circle back on this. Like this is getting a little heated. So let's pick a code word. And I don't know, one of us said pickle. And so then we were like, okay, pickle. And then we hung up.
Did he pick pickle?
I don't remember if it was him or me. I really don't know. I think somebody said pickle, we agreed on it, and then we basically said pickle in that moment, and we hung up, and then we circled back like the next day once we calmed down, which is just so helpful. I highly recommend a code word. But that is also another tell me something good. We haven't even had to use pickle.
Good for you guys. That's good.
In a while. Yeah. But I mean, that could be even if you're in your romantic relationship, like having a code word to circle back. Because
if I'm saying pickle, married, it means
something else.
Okay, well, you can come up with your own word, but
right.
When emotions are heightened, it's good to step back and wait till either both people are calm, or if one person is, trying to be calm and the other person's not, then it's just
not good for you guys.
So, yeah.
You said the dog. You guys were 50-50 on the dog.
Yeah.
So what was that in court? Was that in like writing? In like the court documents?
Well, the judge said we're going to chop the dog in half, and Amy said, no, I'll just take the whole dog.
Yeah, no, nothing like biblical like that. But I don't think we had the dog in the papers. We do have other specific things in the papers that actually I just realized the other day I had to look something up in there the other day, and I was like, whoa, we got that specific about that? That's weird. Like, that just shows maybe how far we've come, because I feel like we probably wouldn't have been that, picky about it today.
I want the thumbtacks.
Right.
There's that picture of them doing the Beanie Babies on the court floor.
During the counting them out of the bag. No, but with the dog, it just started to make more sense that I have a job where we start work really early but end early, so that I have more hours at home. He's not able to be at home as much, and it wasn't fair to the dog. And then honestly, it's just stressful for the dog. I mean, I get it's stressful for kids too, but they are resilient. My dog has so much anxiety. The back and forth was making her crazy.
Well, you can also talk with words and teach kids.
Yes.
As to why things are happening. With dogs, not so much.
The dog, it was almost like now I feel like for humans, a lot of couples do that. And I'm like, I don't know that that's good for the pet, but
they just don't understand. That's crazy.
You can't really speak English to them.
I know.
It's hard for everybody.
Well, and Kara's already a rescue that had came with anxiety when we got her. So it just went off the charts. So we were both miserable when we had her because it took her a few days to adapt, and then she was going back again. So anyway, we worked out a plan that works. I've got her full time, and he's taking her, no problem.
I have a few things. I'll tell you, last night we had another storm. Storms don't always wake me up. It hit so hard last night for a minute. Woke me up. Woke me up and scared me. I was like, oh, God. Did you guys hear that?
Yeah.
I didn't. My wife said it sounded like a tornado went through.
Yeah, so I was watching those weather guys again, and they were like, no tornado, no worry. It's just going to storm. So crashed out and went to bed. But the thunder was so loud, it woke me up. So I wasn't fearful of a tornado, but then I couldn't go back to sleep for a little bit. That sounds bad. But the good news is I went out this morning and even yesterday morning, and this has been like the first set of storms where there's been no damage. That ice storm that we had, we've probably spent, we're not even done. And I've given you guys the number before. We probably spent $40,000 already on trying to fix everything. We still have a ton of work to do. Like the concrete part back behind our house, it's still just ripped up. And that's just annoying because not only are you having to pay for it, then they have to fix it, and you can't walk back there forever. But there was no damage from this storm, and every other storm just feels like, okay, if it's going to storm, it's going to cost us a bunch of money. So no damage. Walked around. It's great. That's number one. We have this baby. It's not a crib. It's definitely not like a bassinet. But you put her in it, and it moves like a Chuck E. Cheese animatronic. It even moves weird. It goes zlant, 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 and it plays a song at the same time. I would think there is no way that the baby would like this thing because it just looks and seems cheap. Loves it. And the baby will probably get bored with it like she does everything else, or just graduate to something else. But she was having kind of a rough night last night she has reflux pretty bad. Man, put her in that thing. It rocked. It played music. And it always plays like public domain songs. So they don't have to pay for it. So it was good. And then there was another episode of From that we watched last night, episode 2. And as I'm watching it, I tell you, the one thing that I keep thinking is I cannot believe Mike D doesn't watch this show.
I just started it.
Okay.
Because I can watch season 1 for free. I love the first episode. I'm only 1.5 in.
My wife said to me as we're watching it, why do you like this show? She likes the show, but she said, why do you like the show? I said, I don't know why. Why would you ask me that question of all the shows we watch? She goes, because this is horror. You don't like horror movies. I said, well, there's a zombie element and there's a apocalyptic element. And that outweighs everything else. Like my favorite shows and movies are time travel, zombies, apocalypse type stuff. And there's 4 seasons. It's such a good show. So we watched episode 2 of season 4 last night. It's good, but it's a little horror-y, but I'm okay with it. End of the world stuff. That's like a documentary in the future to me. That's why it feels like I can watch that stuff.
I mean, it's straight up horror. That first episode has some really gruesome parts. I was like, you like this?
Zombie.
Walking Dead has some gruesome parts, and you like
loved
that.
It was if going through my life, I had to pick my favorite shows through different seasons of my life. There was a 5-year set where that was my number 1 show in life. It would have ranked above all. The Office has probably been my favorite show for the longest through my life, but Walking Dead had about a 5-year run where it was number 1. I love that show, and yeah, I got pretty gruesome. What I didn't like about The Walking Dead after a while is it got too dark, and I'm not talking about like dark as in killing. I couldn't see anymore. They were doing scenes inside of warehouses, and I'm already vision impaired, and it was dark, and so you could see a little, and I think that was part of the aesthetic was we're going to keep it dark, and if it feels dark on the screen, maybe it feels dark in your house. I don't know. And I was like, I can't see what's happening. And so
Do y'all feel that way about all Apple shows?
What way? Because I was all over the place.
Okay.
The darkness.
Apple, what's on Apple right now? Your friends
and Neighbors.
Friends and Neighbors.
We're all caught up on that too. It's good.
Okay. So everything, I'm always just trying to turn, especially if it's on my computer, I'm trying to brighten the screen, and it doesn't.
Oh, I don't have that for other shows, no. But
okay, I just didn't know if that was me.
Try it on your TV, and if it does the same on your TV, then
no, I know. On my TV, it seems like it's just a darker.
You have to brighten your television.
Well, I don't know how to do that. I know how to do it on my computer.
Oh, okay. So
but
you never do
on
it
the
on
TV,
your
it's just bigger, so it doesn't bother me as much. But I feel like the shows are darker. But
James Marsden had his shirt off in the last episode of Friends and Neighbors.
You like that?
What's happening?
Yeah.
Dude's like in his 50s.
And he's ripped.
He already looks very young anyway, with his face, his hair, personality.
52.
He had
Personality.
Yeah, like, what
he had
the heck?
It's like, what the heck?
He's not, like, is that real? Is he real? I mean, I know he's
Is
real.
he one of these hybrids that we were told about that are on Earth that are part alien, part us?
You think he colors his hair? It's fine if he does.
I would, if I were betting, probably a little, but then part of me is like everything else about him seems so young that maybe not. Maybe he just is genetically Peter Pan.
It's just funny because like when you see him in like Sonic the Hedgehog, you'd think like, oh, normal old dude. But
dude?
Yeah, because he just looks like normal.
But not old. He does not look old.
Because he did jury duty and he played himself and it was documentary shot. So he wasn't wearing like a crazy wardrobe. He was being himself and he looked like he was 35 in that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess he doesn't look old. He just looks normal. But then you put him in this like Friends and Neighbors driving like a sports car and you're like, dang, this dude looks different.
For me, it was jury duty that made me go, that dude still looks so young to be in his 50s. Yeah, I'm a fan. I admit.
How did he get so like? Why all of a sudden is he so famous? Is it because of jury duty?
No, I think he was famous and
He's been famous. He was an X-Men.
But I feel like he's popped off.
Oh, was
he
he?
has popped off.
I think he's had different seasons of popping.
Because
or
Paradise.
is it because Bobby's been like,
Talking
No.
about
But great on Paradise. I think he's had different popping seasons.
Yeah.
Because he was a Marvel. He was an X-Men.
Yeah, I guess I've never watched those. So I mean, I saw him in Sonic, and then I was like, oh, I know who that guy.
doesn't he look normal in Sonic? Because he's just like a cop.
I mean, then he was on jury duty. I'm like, who knew he was so big? And then now you guys say he was
he a
in
kid actor?
Paradise.
Maybe in his teens.
Yeah. I don't have the whole biography of James Marsden, but I am a fan. Seems like a nice guy, but sometimes it's just the roles they're playing.
The internet says he's aging backwards because of good genetics and a relaxed, positive approach to life.
do they know his family?
And by the internet, you mean his PR people? He was in Saved by the Bell, the new class.
Oh, really?
Guest starred in roles.
Oh, I want to see him.
Do you know there are more episodes of Saved by the Bell, the new class, than the original Saved by the Bell?
No way, really?
By far. Yeah, I watched a whole docu series of slides on TikTok.
What's the new class? That's not college years?
No, college years only lasted like a season and a half or something. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, he looks the same from Saved by the Bell new class as he does now.
Uh-huh. Yeah, good for him. Definitely not jealousy coming from me. It's
Respect.
That's awesome. Yeah, that is awesome. Okay, so that's all my stuff. Lunchbox.
So, speaking of the ice storm, I have a big old tree in my backyard big old branches, boom, came crashing down. It's got to come down. And so I've been getting estimates, and I had 3 companies come by, quote me like $10,000, $9,500, $9,700. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I was at baseball practice the other day talking to another family, and she was like, you should use our tree guy. He is so cheap. Had the dude come by yesterday. He quoted me $3,700. Oh, signed up, man. Ooh. Go ahead, chop that tree. Chop it right now.
What'd you say?
That's just a lot. I know it's probably on the low end of it, but man, it's a lot of money.
It's a lot, but when you have to compare it to $10,000.
Yeah. I had similar type quote situations, and then I finally got the lowest one. I was like, deal.
Lunchbox, why don't we just go rent a chainsaw from like Home Depot, dude? You and I do it.
It's a lot of work.
It's really big.
Okay.
Like you need
and
ropes.
Also, it's work.
I've seen those guys, man. It's like they have ropes and they pull while one
you
guy's
want to do
cutting.
that?
Nah,
you guys
really
will kill
don't.
each other. You'll drop one of those. You'll either cut something off on yourself or drop a log on each other.
Or get into a fight and then use the chainsaw on each other.
Yeah. You guys are chasing each other on the yard. Eddie, what?
James Marsden has a girlfriend.
Okay, thanks. Eddie.
I don't know. Do you know?
What in the
Bobby
world?
doesn't want to date him.
I know.
What?
She's 26.
Yeah, you know.
Well, keeping him young.
He doesn't seem old. I was looking at the story about Anthony Kiedis from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. He's like 33 years older than his girlfriend. And he looks...
What's 52 minus
Yeah.
26?
What? 26?
26, 36, 46. Plus 4 plus 2 is 6.
I just said 26.
I know, but I'm telling you how I get there.
Oh.
Huh. I think the mustache doesn't help Anthony Kiedis, too.
Well, he's also in his 60s, huh?
Is he 60s?
And he's probably partied hard.
63.
hard.
63, yeah.
Yeah, they went hard.
Eddie.
Yesterday was cool because I was taking my son to basketball practice, and it was just him and I in the Jeep. It's my 12-year-old. And he's talking about, he goes, Dad, I think I've decided what I wanted to do for when I grow up. because he's always said like, oh, I want to be a coach for the Cowboys, like maybe a receivers coach, something. And then he was like, no, I don't think I want to do that anymore, Dad. He's like, I want to be an entrepreneur. And I was like, okay, like tell me more. And he started going off like, I just want to start a business, like a business that'd be cool for like kids, maybe a sports complex, you know, where there's like a indoor football facility with a baseball facility and then basketball gyms. And his brain was just moving at 12 years old. And he started asking me, he's like, how do you start doing that? Like, where do you get the money to start something like that? And I was like, dude, let's talk about it after basketball practice. So all night he was writing down notes on what he would call it. He had like 20 names. And today he wants to vote on like which names to get rid of. It's just really cool to see his brain moving in a direction where he could do that for a living.
You know who'd be a good mentor for him is Lunchbox.
That's right. I was going to say, dude,
The
I'm
guy's
sitting right over here.
entrepreneurial spirit.
Businessman making business
Business
deals.
deals,
Trying to
making
get that money.
Yeah. This guy's got 1,000 ideas.
Man, I really wish that like back in the day, entrepreneurs were talked about more. Because like when we were growing up, that wasn't really a thing. Like no one told you there was entrepreneurs out there, or maybe there was, and I mean we just weren't in that circle, and I didn't know anything about it. Social media, TV, they didn't have Shark Tank. Because now you watch Shark Tank, and it's like it's been on for so long. There are people that have grown up and been like, I started watching when I was 9 years old, and ever since I started watching this show, I wanted to be an entrepreneur. And I'm like, man, I wish I had that when I was a kid.
Environment very much affects what kids dream of doing and what's realistic to them doing. I didn't know a single doctor. There was a doctor. I didn't know a single lawyer.
Yeah.
I didn't know anybody in entertainment. So all of that seemed fairy tale. Because you worked at the mill, you got another random job in Hot Springs, working at a restaurant or something. They're really and I think for most kids, you can be what you see around you. And so, yeah, there were no, I mean, have a store? What the heck? How'd you even have a gas? How would you have a gas station? I remember thinking that as a kid. Like, how do you even get a gas station?
Like you have to buy all the candies?
Yeah, all the gums. That's exactly what it was too. Like you have to. You're right. It's like music now, right? You can stream music, so you have a lot of different influences growing up as a kid. So people who grow up now, even if you're country, you have all these influences from all these places. Same thing with content and what kids want to do when they grow up. So, and also it's just funny. You think I didn't have Shark Tank, but you're right.
I mean, it's
That
just one of those
exposed-
things that it's inspiring a lot of people that I can go do this, and you can learn things by watching it, and it's just like that's crazy.
Morgan.
Oh, okay. After 7 months, I finally went and lifted weights again, and it was a very humbling experience. I used to be very strong, and now I can
And you
barely
didn't
lift.
because of your disease, right?
Yeah, between having vertigo and just like going through all my health cleanse stuff, I quit everything trying to reset my body, and so lifting weights was really adding more stress for me than it was helping, and so I stopped doing it, and I really had stopped working out, period. Like I was focused on sleeping and walking were kind of the basics. And so going back into the gym, I felt like I had never been in there before. It was a weird experience. Like just doing it all again for the first time. And I was like, yeah, I'll go back to lifting my 45 pounds. Nope, sure not.
Yeah. It's hard.
Sure won't. I'm back at 5s and 10s, and I was very humbled.
And walking is really good for you, but the hard part about walking is it takes a lot of time to do enough of it to get a similar effect to if you're doing 30 minutes of harder cardio. Because walking is great, easier on the joints. There's a lot of things about walking, but for me to walk and compare it to what I would do in 45, 50 minutes in a workout, I gotta walk 4 hours. I don't have 4 hours to walk. I guess I could put on one of those weight vests.
Yeah.
The Megan Maroney interview that is up now as a Bobbycast, we might have put it in the podcast yesterday, did we? In the clip where she wears the weighted vest when
Oh, that makes me feel
she
better.
rehearses,
Oh.
and also she runs in a weighted vest and sings because there's just so much movement. And she made a point too, which you may have heard yesterday. I didn't know what clip Mike had put in there, but that she can train and feel like she's good to go, but your adrenaline when you start a show is pumping so high anyway, you're not ready for it, so you have to like be extremely ready for it. Because you could do all these shows and be in show shape and be good, but like when you start a show, your adrenaline's way up. So even if you're rehearsing a show over and over again and you're like, yeah, I feel good, I can do this, no problem, it's not the same as doing it live because of what your adrenaline does and where it hits and how amped up you are for a live show versus practice. But yeah, check that out on Netflix or Bobbycast Audio. Ray, you want to go? Anything about it, Robin, or anything? How's
Eggs.
No, I mean, might be a little boring. So, but yeah, I'm just excited. It's a personal tell me something good. My parents finally made it home. We were really worried about them. They're in their 70s. And they just decided for 2 months to drive around the country in a vehicle right next to each other. And like, my dad's got 2 new hips. My mom's got a new hip. I mean, they go hiking.
right next to each other?
Like
Well, I mean,
in the car
it's
together.
trapped in a vehicle.
Oh, I thought you meant they were in 2 cars just
Same.
driving next to each other. I
I'm
thought
like, that's a waste
When
of
you said
gas.
they went, I just figured they were together in the same car.
Yeah, and so they go to all these hiking trails, up, down, and I mean, my dad, I'm like, Dad, you're not like you used to be. I don't know if you can go trek 2 miles in Sedona, but they did it, and they just made it home. My mom goes, we ended a day early. I got homesick. I was like, what? Dad was at my house for 2 days, and I was ready to jump off the patio. Like, what are you talking? Like, I was so impressed that they made it around the country. They're still married. They still love each other. And anybody I tell, they're like, how could your parents be trapped in a vehicle for 2 months and enjoy spending time with each other? Like, it's wild. It really is. Baser goes, I couldn't make it to you if we went to Florida. We got in a huge fight.
What's he watching?
Who, Ray?
Yeah.
It's on the screen.
Oh, it's Cameo. I had to download it.
Oh, it's on his phone on a little platform.
I was like, what are you looking at? I don't see
you
a screen.
downloaded Cameo?
Yeah. We got them flying in. Anytime you guys go to me on tell me something good.
What? I don't understand.
I don't understand what you just said.
So why did you have to download it if they're flying in? You should
Because I
your-
have no memory on my phone, so anytime I need to use an app, I have to re-download it.
Why don't you clean your phone out?
I've cleaned every...
Okay, then it's not about the memory. There's something in your phone that's taking up way too much space that you could easily fix.
Correct. We've done it before, and we went through my memory, and I have like the smallest amount of memory you could have, and I only pay $34 a month, so...
You have a Cricket?
It's through my parents, and that's all they charge me, but it's very bare minimum. I have like 3 apps.
You have an iPhone?
Yeah.
Your parents pay for your phone stuff?
No, I pay for it, but we're in the family plan.
He pays his parents.
Got it.
$34 a month.
All right.
I feel that, Ray. I have
That
a lot of
works.
the same issues. Every time I try to take a picture, you're out of storage. It's like, how can I be out of storage?
Man, I
So
would say,
frustrating.
guys,
I offload so many apps, it's annoying.
offload. Did you learn that word recently?
No, it says it. Do you want to offload the app when you do it? And I say,
Like delete it?
No, it says offload.
Is that what that is? Deleting it?
No, there's 2 different ones. You can delete or offload. And it says, would you like to offload?
I'm
Maybe
not saying
offload
I'm not
just,
saying you're
like,
wrong.
takes it
I've never seen the
offline.
word offload on
It just
mine.
takes away all like the stored data in that app.
Yeah.
Thank you. Not crazy. Eddie tried to make me sound
No,
dumb, but
I
I'm
just
pretty
didn't know.
intelligent.
It is clutch, though, because you delete videos. You're like, do I really love this video? Nope, delete it. I have only my all-star videos on my phone.
I would just think there's something, unless you have an iPhone 2, there's something you're not doing right.
I pay $10 a month for extra iCloud storage, and that kind of keeps my phone running.
Guys,
Yeah, there's something I'm doing wrong, I think. It must be because
I have to
it's
delete
so
things all the time,
frustrating.
too.
what?
But yeah.
Do you save all your old text messages?
You don't have it set to automatically delete after a certain amount of time. There's just certain things I think somebody could give you help with, because I have 10-minute videos, 100, and I don't know, the amount of storage is probably different, but still, it's crazy that your phones would be that full. I bet there's some settings that you could change that would allow you a little breathing room, unless it's a really old iPhone. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, or if you're recording videos, maybe you're recording in like 4K and it's eating up a lot.
Oh.
I will say though, if you've had a phone for a long time, like just the way that phones store stuff, even if you delete a bunch of stuff, it'll keep a lot of that memory. So the longer you have a phone, the harder it is to delete storage off of it, if that makes sense.
Also, if you delete stuff, do you go into deleted? Because then it holds it for 30 days.
Yeah, my text messages, I'm always, Lunch will
90
text
days.
me, and I delete it, and I'm like, what did you text me? Because I
Well,
delete.
no, that's not how to do a text message. You
Yeah,
don't delete it before
yeah.
you read it. Okay, there we go. That's what it's all about.
It's a